ETC on Dragon Shower, but last time they played on Cursed Hollow, they banned the Zagara Dread.
I think they're expecting. I don't know if they're willing to pick up. Actually, I can see them banning Zagara again. I don't think they'll want to pick up the Zagara if it's an opportunity. Both games, yeah, Zagara. I think there'll be Taronda here and a KT first pick on Gale Force eSports half. If THC hasn't been keeping track of the past games and seeing the Taronda first pick, they might let it through. But honestly, I don't think that's a smart choice. Gale Force has been hitting raw stuns left and right.
Yeah. The Zagara band does come out. You know, the creep's always great. Maul's great power when it comes to team fights, especially in these small chokeholds on Cursed Hollow. That's why ETC is such a threat as well. We talked about that earlier today. That's why Zeratul, even when Zeratul wasn't a part of the meta, there was a period of time where Zeratul fell off pretty hard, but he would always sometimes pop up on Cursed Hollow just because this map you're always clunking up going down these periods, these halls. And there it is. THC
Taronda ban coming
test
through.
out that Taronda ban.
I really like that. I want to see a Kel'Thas in their half. Right now, I think it's going to be a KT or Raynor. Maybe a tank like Muradin. Yeah, there goes a Kel'Thas. In the other half, I think it's going to be a Muradin Raynor type play coming out from THC. I don't see many other priority picks that I think they would be going for here with the Zagara and Taronda ban, but I don't know these teams well enough to really be able to predict their drafts. I just go with what I think they expect the meta to be strongest with. Interesting. I'm more interested in what THC does for a healer, honestly, against that KT.
It's going to be KT first pick. Muradino, the Cappuccino himself.
No
One of the best
Miranda this
players
time.
in the
First
game.
game we've seen without the Miranda, though.
Yeah, that is true. We're not going to be seeing. No. Game one didn't have a Muradin, did it?
No. It was banned out. It was banned out, I believe. I
Oh
don't
wait,
remember. It was
I
on the
don't.
opposing
It
team.
was on the
I don't
opposing
know.
team. Yeah,
Yeah.
it was the opposing team. THG, lots of great picks up. Jaina's still available. So for the push is awesome. It's going to be.
ETC, the double. I love this. Oh, man. Are we going full Korean here? Come on. Lock in at third, baby. It's going to be a stun lock dream. I don't know if I agree with that position. I don't know. I don't even know
You
actually.
just confused me. You said you love this. You
I
don't
love it. I
know.
love it. I don't know where it's going. I don't know where it's going, but I love it. I love
I
that
know where it's going. It's going to a composition that has very little damage. Just the problem with these double
Raynor
tank
is a
when it was
beautiful counter pick to it.
popular was really good when you would have a bruiser form. When it was Leoric Joanna or Sonya Muradin, mixing in the two warriors is fine when one of them is a bruiser, but Muradin and ETC both have a lot
We've
of
seen
control
moments
and
where
health, but they lack in the damage.
we've seen on the international scale where there has been a double thorough, like a double pure tank and then an off tank damage taken as well, and just running as a high CC, high amount of damage type composition. I don't think that's what we'll see, but possibly Johanna Band seems a little strange. They just want to remove them from having any form of pure tank. Raynor Uther was probably the best counter picks they could have had to that style composition right out the gate. Uther for the D shield in order to keep Raynor or KT if they get hyper engaged on from that massive CC. But then also Raynor eats tanks alive post 13, and then Kael'Thas, they're going to be grouped up. The chain bomb and having the protection of Arcane Barrier mixed with Uther's Divine Shield, I really like that.
All right, THC, I need you to pick Diablo Leoric right now.
No, please no, please don't.
Just deny five tanks.
I would
of
like.
Gale Force Esports.
I don't know what I would like. I feel like they have to have a lot of damage. That's for sure. They can't hold back at all. Like, please don't pick anything but Tassadar at this point in the game.
Yeah, Jaina would be great. Sylvanas, nice solid damage pickup. It's gonna be Falstad. Okay.
I like that. Especially in Cursolo. Yo, can we see the Falstad Gus ETC must stream? Is this the game?
It could be, Dread. We'll have to see if they do end up pulling that combo off. It's very rare, but will the dream be today? We'll find out if THC, Team Higher Conscience, can pull it off. Quick update on the bracket. Kings of Blade Alpha beat Toilet, so they are in the finals waiting for the winner of this matchup. That will be a best of three that we will cast right after this.
I'm interested to see this next pick. I don't think it's going to be a support. Obviously, they banned out support. Already picked the support on the other half. It's going to be a DPS here. I don't really know. I'm scared to say the words like a Sonya or a Thrall, but for some reason I think that's what's going to happen. Is another melee. Maybe I'm too used to seeing more foreign strategies where heavy CC melee death balls are a thing, but.
I don't know. Like no matter what they pick, like even still have Jaina available, great damage. Even if they go Jaina, I just feel like already they are lacking so much damage. It's so hard to make these double
Sylph.
boosters.
Okay.
I don't know if I like that at all.
It's very, very kind of weak team fighting presence. The arrows are definitely going to have to be on point. Right now, when you look at their two ultimates that they're going to have for their damage dealers on THC's side, they're already lacking in damage, but both of their talents are more utility than they are DPS. Mighty Gust is probably what we're going to see here. Maybe I'm wrong here. It could be a Shock and Awe or Hinterland's Blast, I guess it's called now. And then most likely the Wailing Arrow coming out there. It's a decent amount of damage, but is it enough? Amplification on damage doesn't come out till 16, so I don't know. And they also remove Karzim, which is an opportunity to have a support that can be over aggressive and help add to the bonus damage that they're going to be lacking in this comp.
Well,
If you're Gale Force Esports, where do you go?
you go double warrior
You
apparently.
don't
Tyrael, Leoric.
This is going to be an Entomb with Sanctification and just proceed to watch Kael'thas and Raynor just absolutely rip everybody apart.
Yeah, I can see that.
Cursed Hollow Tyrael is a great pick for the Holy Ground as well.
Yeah. As well as he's just got great poke for delaying tributes. Like you said, with Holy Ground, he's able to get on points, cap bosses, which can be very, very frustrating to end up dealing with there. So as their composition, they're going to be running double warrior with Leoric Tyrael. Like you said, this is more of a composition where Raynor and Kael'thas, once Kael'thas hits 13, he starts doing insane damage. Raynor, of course, versus this double warrior front line. Once he gets Giant Killer, is domination. Of course, it's going to be the support pickup for THC. Malfurion makes complete sense to me. It's the only way they'll live through the chain bomb damage. Rhaegar, I don't think is enough to be able to keep anyone alive. The roots can be great to help disengage as well, or to help set up kills for Mosh Pit and the Storm Bolts as well. So I'm really happy with the Malfurion pick here. The other support would have been Brightwing or Tassadar, like you said. With Tassadar, wouldn't have worked out. Brightwing, Ripperino, but
I definitely like the Malfurion pick too. They need to win the sustain fight when you're facing against the Tyrael like this. He's with the Sanctification mixed with Raynor and Kael'thas. They're very great and engaged, and they have no burst with their picks that they have already. So they need to find a way to win the long distance fight, and Malfurion is probably one of the best healers at doing that. So I definitely like that decision out of them. Other than that, we're going to be looking to try and get into this game between Gale Force Esports and THC. What does THC stand for?
THC stands for Team Higher Conscious.
I was really hoping we were going to make that one up instead of looking it up. Did you cheat?
I mean, I've also said it like 5 times already.
Rip.
Too.
Okay, I just apparently can't pay attention. Either way, we're getting into this game. We're going to be loading it up right now.
Cursed Hollow is going to be the map, guys. I'm not a big fan of this composition from THC. I'm going to be throwing this draft win over to Gale Force Esports. It makes a lot of sense. Tyrael's great on this map. He got so much damage. The Raynor pickup, of course, versus that double warrior pickup made perfect sense to me. But here we go, guys. We're in that game. Left-hand side of the map. One of the up-and-coming teams in the amateur scene is going to be Gale Force Esports. Hal Nguyen on Leoric, Ball and Beast on Tyrael, Hexo on Uther, Ilamal on Kael'thas, and rounding out the team, it's going to be Mysticles on the Raynor.
And on the red team side here with THC, we have Bud sitting on the Sylvanas B walking us already. Necromonger sitting on the Falstad. Snazzy on the Murden. Justing, I believe, is on the ETC there. And we have Lerner sitting on the Malfurion. I think Lerner's positioning is going to be very, very important to the success of this game.
Yeah, he's going to have to be very mindful of how he's positioning. You got to be close enough to get those roots off to help secure kills, but you also can't overextend because he will be punished. Malfurion's strength comes from, like you said, sustain. He's got to be able to.
Look at bottom. They're going for the turret right out the gate.
Yep, that's how you're supposed to play with Sylvanas there. Looks like 4 people are going to be there. Falstad in position to fly down there.
He's going to have poor rotations after this. They needed to save that flight so he could go top lane after this. They're going to lose out on XP.
Yep, I agree with you completely. Now it's going to slow down those rotations there. We already got the 3-lane soak coming out from Gale Force Esports. So yes, that tower was picked up very, very early. That was the delay on getting to top lane. It looks like they won't miss they missed a single minion in the mid lane there, so not the end of the world for them. But top lane, they're going to lose. Looks like 2 full minions. So if we look at the experience, it's still pretty even. So even though getting that turret, it didn't get them as big as a lead as they hoped.
Yeah, no, they didn't get much out of it overall. I wish they had saved the fight. I think that would have been beneficial, but in the bot lane, let's see the hyper-aggression. ETC is going to miss a stun E from Sylvanas coming out of the wall, but it's not going to be a problem because she isn't under pressure. They're running a tri-lane on bottom, which I find interesting. Tyrion's going to be decent up here in the Murden 1v1. Leoric versus Falset. I think Falset comes out on top just for the harass and having a wave clear that can almost answer to him. And on bottom lane, I honestly feel like as long as they don't get out of position, that Gale Force eSports here should have the dominant bot lane.
Interesting level 1 talent picked up here coming out from Sylvanas with the win, increasing Withering Fire range by 25%. Not a talent we normally see picked up. Usually it's Barb Shot. Sometimes we see the cooldown reduction on the W as well. So a little bit of a different talent build coming out here from Sylvanas. They're just wanting to be able to poke a bit more from a bit of a distance. You know, we're talking about how it's a sustained fight. Maybe they're just wanting to be able to, you know, not hard commit, but go for that poke, and that range could help that.
Again, we see the teams taking the Giants right before the Tribute's going to spawn. The Tribute spawns on this map at 2 minutes and 20 seconds with a variable of, I think, like 30 seconds, I believe, where they know that they're going to get this Giants before the Tribute spawns and be able to rotate. And hopefully it spawns in the opposite side of the map so they get maximum amount of pressure out of that lane.
Yeah. Yep, it's between 220 and 250 that those tributes do end up spawning. Now Justin and Lerner are going to end up capping it here. Looks like they're going to wait it out here. Nice
yeah, smart decision making here. Yeah. Interesting that they didn't have sight yet, so it was kind of scary. But I mean, overall, they have nothing to worry about. They're going to save that, and sadly, the tribute spawns on the opposite side of the map, but they're still going to cap it because it is the best decision overall.
Yep, Bud's taking some light damage there, some living body going down. A nice stun coming up from Jesse. Venom goes down. Isla model getting very low. Falstead flying in on top of everyone. Lerner doing good damage with that Moonfire. Going to take him down, but Jesse's getting very, very low. Does end up going down. Root comes down on the Hex, so Necromongers has to back out of there. A 1-for-1 exchange. It was a deep dive from ETC, and the kill was there, but he just didn't have the escape to back out. They will be able to stall this out for now. Muradin and Tyrael a little bit slow on the rotations. Necromonger going for the cap. Buds and Lerner going to zone him out, and it looks like first tribute of the game is going to go over to THC.
Something to keep in mind for this game is that Lerner actually went rampant growth here at level 4, so his base healing is going to be much higher again to benefit him in the long sustaining healing fights. I think that was a really good pickup on his half. I would like to see what he takes at level 7, considering there isn't much to actually cleanse. I think he's going to go with enduring growth to again make his team fighting, long team fights sustaining way better than his opponents. So I really like that pickup here coming out of him.
Yep, I agree with you completely. You know, there's not like enough burst kill, right, to like secure a kill very easily, right? You got even if you lift like the stun from ETC, the Murden Stormbolt, you know, you know, maybe a Loon's Grace actually isn't worth it. It's nice to have when you're trying to dismount people and stuff, but I agree with you completely. The extra sustain from the hill makes a lot of sense. Tribute going to spawn on the bottom side of the map. When it comes to rotations, 5-man stack from Gale Force eSports going to get there first, but Hexo actually getting very low in the bottom lane, not going to be able to secure that kill. Here comes Mysticals coming from above. Nice Q to knock him back. Bud's getting very low. Goes for the Haunting Wave. No, he doesn't. It might be on cooldown, and Bud's going to be the first to fall on their side of the team. The kills are now 2-for-1 in favor of Gale Force eForce. Necromonger's trying to get the cap here. Nice knockback there. Mystical's trying to get stunned. He does get stunned, but they do end up getting the interrupt there. Necromonger's taking some light damage. Going to have to back out of there. Snazzy getting zoned out by Howard New Wave. Lerner so far away from fall stat. That's going to be another kill going over to Gale Force eSport, and they have to give this tribute up. TSC backs out.
That all came down to Sylvanas deciding to use her Haunting Wave to clear minion wave. If she had not to do that, if she had not decided to do that, she would have been able to survive that gank, and they would have been able to take possibly that fight, especially as we saw at level 7. Malfurion did end up deciding to take, again, she's using it there, but it's safer in this decision. He ended up taking Enduring Growth, helping him sustain that team fight. Tributes going 1-to-1. For both teams, and XP staying relatively even. Plus side, we see that, I forget their name, THC right now is actually taking the Night Camp, which is going to benefit them during this next tribute spawn and give them a small advantage here.
Yeah, I love the fact that they're, you know, using these camps here. We see the stalled cap coming up from Necromonger.
Meanwhile, on bottom.
Also, the fight does go down, and that's going to be a dead Malfurion. Nice catch there as a gravity lapse just left, and the damage there. Enough to take him down. That's going to secure a smaller experience lead there for Gale Force eSports. And when the tribute spawns, you know, they're going to be closer to 10.
This turret's drained on bottom, and they're actually going to be able to take out the front wall. They're going to win the race to 10 by a large amount. Questioning whether or not THC is actually going to be able to even compete over this next tribute. If it gets an earlier spawn here, which should be in the next like 15 seconds, there it is. We're actually going to see that the race to 10 is going to be heavily led by Gale Force eSports, leading them to actually have to give up this tribute. I think they realize that Sylvanas is automatically responding, I'm going to take Giants, knowing we can't contest this. I like this decision a lot.
Yeah, the 10's just so close there. Very good decision making. You know, it's not a cursed tribute. right? So you can afford to give these things up. That's what a lot of people. That's a lot of mistakes I see in Hero League. It's a lot of mistakes I see that it's an objective-based game, right? You have to fight for the objective. Sometimes though, you just have to give it up. And in a situation like this, there's beautiful decision making coming out
Raynor getting
from
stun on
TNT. But
bottom.
Raynor taking some damage there. Nice Gravity Lapse comes out doing some light damage to Buds. They're gonna back out their learners in position. That's gonna be level 10 talents for both teams.
And we see that 1Q being able to slowly heal Buds up. That is the enduring growth mixed with rampant growth. ETZ looking to get a flank on bottom. Ayla Mouse slightly out of position with Mysticals. This is going to happen. Stun comes out. The mosh pit right away. Silencing arrow stacks with it. D-Shield's going to keep Raynor alive, but is Kel'Thuz's going to survive. Falset ends up flying down. The root hits. Ayla Mouse ends up getting picked by Necromancer with a mega Q coming out there. And it looks like they're going to be able to back out, just get a quick pick and walk away. I really like that. Honestly, I feel like we should have stalled a little bit on the silencing arrow, though, stacking the utility CC, but they get the pick that they need to slowly catch up in this game.
Yep, really well played there. I did not think they'd be able to get the kill. It looked like the damage was just not going to be there, but Necromonger flying in there in the last second to help secure that. Really well job there. They are pushing this 4-man bottom. They're going to secure themselves the first 4 to the game, and we underestimated them because they are doing a great job so far. Dread kills. They're down 2, but they're even on experience, and they're in a great contention point for this next tribute.
I mean, what separates them from their opponents right now is they're the only ones with the fort down in a boss lane. That is going to be late game huge benefits for them when it comes down to the boss. Let's see here. That looks like they're getting a slow rotation. They're a little bit caught out here on their rotation. Necromonger's taking an aggressive route. Nobody checked the shrub. Nobody sees Hexo.
So he has to be very, very careful there. He's very far forward, has to back out. Nice damage going on the Hao Nguyen. That's going to be the death of Leoric. He's doing a good job to keep himself alive. Where's the Wraith Lock? It would have helped out a lot there, actually, to heal himself up quite a bit. Hexo taking some damage as well. Gets hit by the poison. Is it enough to secure the kill? No, it's not. Trait from Sylvanas not going to be able to help to secure that kill, but they got a big push in the top lane. Power of Sylvanas, you're grouped up as 5, you're taking down this wall, no threat at all from these turrets, but Hao Nguyen is seconds from being up. Ilama and Mysticles are on the verge of collapsing here. Will they be able to? Hao Nguyen's about to pop up. Justin taking a lot of damage, grabbing that fist. The nice wailing arrow though, hitting 4 people, but they do not end up committing to it. Gust does not end up going down there. Just a ping, very, very safe here. Didn't know if it was worth it. And you know what? They got. I like the decision making. They got their win. Now they're gonna get the kill on Tyrael, taking a lot of damage. Ball and Beast gets the Q over the wall. Outer and Smite, really well done there. Nice dwarf toss from Snazzy to try and get in there. Does he have enough mana for the Stormbolt? Interbait helping out a lot there. He does not get it down though. And now it's gonna be a lot of damage on the Hao Nguyen. Kills are even now. Dread. They're doing it. THC has the lead. Exactly.
And they got an instant boss. They're in position. They know that they only got a kill on Leoric. I don't think they're gonna back out, take the safe play. Smart decision making. They need to rotate fast. They have the 13 tier advantage. Honestly, I'm impressed with what they've been able to do so far. They've done everything that they absolutely needed to do. They've been stun locking, they've been blowing up, and they've been focusing. I honestly think that the Trank was absurdly early last team fight, and that's something to keep in mind. If we see that as a habit for the rest of the game, they'll be baiting out Tranquility and proceeding to wait and then Sanctification win the team fight. Meanwhile, the delay actually misses and he repositions himself here.
A lot of damage going down on the Justin and Snazzy, but he comes
Mosh.
in. And a big mosh pit. Also gets stunned. He's taking a lot of damage. Tranquility comes out. Justin taking a lot of damage, but he does back out of there. Phoenix not able to secure that kill. Now Snazzy has to leap on out of there. Tranquility doing the best he can to keep him up. Buds and Necromonster are looking to re-engage here. They're all pretty topped off right now, but can they fight this now that Heroics are down? Shrink Ray goes down. Necromonster there's the grab laps connecting, taking a lot of damage. He does not go down. Hao Nguyen getting a lot of damage on the Snazzy as well. No kill secured for either team just yet, but I think Gale Force eSports has a dominating position here. Justin looking for the re-engage, no interrupt for Ilamal. That's going to be a curse for Gale Force eSports.
No, yeah, definitely. They won that. Once they split after the Tranquility hit, they were automatically going to win that team fight. The minute Tranquility comes out, you definitely need to be stacked as a team, sticking together, and getting maximum value. ETC got 0 heals from the Tranquility, and he was the reason it was being popped, and that led to just superior health bars coming out from Gale Force and using their zoning properly to end up getting the tribute.
Yep, that's going to be a fort going down here in the bottom lane. Again, it's another, what you described earlier as a boss lane losing a fort. That's going to help them out a lot earlier on. Mid-fort's about to go down to those Knights as well. But a flank coming in here. They're collapsing hard on the Necromonster here.
They have Mosh Pit.
The Mosh Pit is up. Justin goes in. He goes for it. He does get 3 people caught inside of it. No interrupt for it as everyone that can do it is inside.
The silence
comes out. A lot of damage going on to Isle. Mystic Please gets very low, but there's the Sanctification. And Necromonster takes a lot of damage. He's going to go down. The Guts comes out. That's going to be death of Gale Foss, but Malfurion's gonna fall as well. Raider's gonna fall in the backline there. It's a 3 versus 3. A lot of people are completely open this. Buds is taking a lot of damage. The chase from these two takes is too much, and the double warrior lineup from Gale Force eSports is too strong for them to go down.
I mean, that was they did exactly what, like, they almost executed that perfectly, honestly. The sanctification was hands down the most influential part of that team fight. He's like kept his entire team. They stacked hard. They had a 4-man sanct, invincibility, and they turned the whole team fight in their favor. But honestly, I'm impressed with number one, the aggressive rotation. That was very, very, very impressive coming out from THC. Don't think I've seen a team make that aggressive, like a shot calling, like sticking together death ball like that in a very long time. So I definitely big shout out to them for what they've been able to do. They also identified right away that their opponent is starting on the boss, and they're going to try and take this to end up matching them on bosses so they don't fall behind.
You know, something I want to point out, maybe Hao Nguyen hasn't played Leoric in a while, maybe he's just here's not comfortable on, but where are the marches, Dread? There's a lot of fights, there's 2 fights now.
Yeah.
I feel like March of the Black King would have turned the fight in Gale Force eSports side. That fight was very close, and we saw no March at all. So we're going to have to, you know, see if Hao Nguyen can find a position he's comfortable in to use that, because it does a decent amount of damage.
Leoric.
The important thing is that it heals him, and he does not get onto the point in time. He does try to contest that, but just not in time.
Oh yeah, they're going to back out. They're going to respond to bottom. They're just going to defend it out, wait till 16. It's a perfect situation for them. It's on their keep, though, which means positionally for the next tribute, they're actually going to be slow on the rotation. Hopefully Falstad and the tribute luckily spawns on the lower half of the map in their favor, because if it doesn't, they might be saying goodbye to this next tribute even. It won't be that bad, though, considering that they just ended a curse, but meanwhile, the boss on top is actually not going to get anything either. It's not even going to take out a fort here. 5-man defenses are really strong on this early game of bosses. They usually don't lead to that much, but not letting your opponent have 2 bosses is very important. So far, I'm impressed with THC's decision-making overall. I think their team fighting, their composition might be a little bit weaker, but when it comes to rotation and decision-making, I'm impressed.
Yeah, that flank was sick in that last team fight. Like, it was just really well decision making, great positioning as well. You know, they're doing a good job. But something I want to point out on THC's ends, they now have 2 keeps exposed, middle and bottom. No longer have their front walls. So those are very easy pickoffs later on with Mercs or with a curse. But I heard the positioning does come out here. Holy Ground is available now, so they can isolate very easily here. We'll have to see what they do. Avatar's popped. Mosh Pit, Justin does go in for the delay there. Snazzy taking a lot of damage. Hyperion does go out. Mosh does connect with 3 people there. March the Black King comes out. It's enough to keep him alive for now, but he does end up falling. But Mysticles in the backline doing so much damage as Rainer gets the bullseye onto Necromongers, but does not secure the kill with the stun. A 2-for-2 exchange, but the tribute's gonna go over to Gale Force eSports.
I honestly feel like there is no way THC wins a team fight if Gus doesn't come out early and start the fight. Because of sanctification, it's going to be so hard for them to actually win a team fight properly.
Yeah,
I just don't think they can do it. I think they need to get on Raynor. They need to get on Kel'Thas. And how do they do that? They need to flank with Falstad, get a gust into their team, and just hard engage with that mosh pit right on those 2, right on those 3, whatever they can do. While they're waiting for the sanctification, tranquility has always been popped. Then sanctification comes out after and says, we're going to turn this team fight in our favor. That team fight, they didn't even need it. They just needed a few picks. I feel like we haven't seen anything come out of the Falstad pick except for maybe 1 to 2 picks, and the gust is the reason for that.
Yeah, and they're also killing the wrong targets there. You know, in most of these fights, we're seeing Leoric and Uther being the first ones dying. Those are the worst ones you want to kill.
Yeah.
Uther's got a ghost. You know, he gets powerful when he dies for a few seconds. And Leoric, of course, when you kill him, he's back in the fight 20 seconds later anyway. You know, like you said, they need to get on the Raynor. They need to get on the Kel'Thas. That is their most important thing.
Falstad is going to be able to fly up to this tribute. Giants will be pushing on the opposite of the side of the map, but they are so far back that they're likely not going to get any value here. Leoric already in position to deny the rotation coming out from THC. This is where we need the Falstad. This is the moment. They don't have Mosh Pit. They just got Tranquility. This is going to be scary.
There they go. The stun does come up from Justin. Snazzy goes in as well. There's a sanctification. Chain Bomb doing a lot to Justin. He's taking a lot of damage. He's trying to back out there, but he's not near Malfurion. There comes out the Gust to disengage. It's going to be able to keep them alive, but they popped a lot of heroics. That's Avatar, that's Tranquility, and that's the Mighty Gust. I don't think they can recommit, but Avatar Murden goes in. He gets the stun there. Now he's the back line. Holy Ground goes down. Chain Bomb doing a lot of damage. Gravity Lapse misses. Mystically's taking a lot of damage there in the backline, though. Divine Shield does go down. Justin getting very, very low. Has to reposition himself. And the 2 warriors on the end of THC are very, very low. The loot comes out. Wraithlock comes forward. Hao Nguyen going for the kill. Gets stunned. Will he end up going down? Nice heals. The Black King keeps him alive at the last second. Murden's going to fall. ETC and Malf are so low, and that is going to be the death of Malfurion. They're continuing with the chase. At the same time, Mysticles got the curse, or the tribute. Now the tribute score is 2-2.
I honestly feel like this is a situation. We just saw Tranquility being popped and Gust at the same time. You can never pop Tranquility and not be team fighting and win a game as Malfurion. If you're going to pop Gust, that's fine. If you're going to pop Tranquility, that's fine. But if losing both of those that early in the team fight it's going to set them behind even more and more and more every team fight that they have. I very much would like to see them try to avoid that from happening at any point. And again, I said I think we need an aggressive Gust. If we Gust into our team here and we pop a Tranquility, I very much think that there will be no way to survive the team fight except for forcing a Sanctification, which will be so bad and everybody out of position that they'll be able to possibly get away from a team fight. Here comes the curse for both teams here. This tribute is very, very important. Every ultimate is almost up for the THC here in a few seconds before Leoric's ult is back up here on Gale Force.
Well, they are in position to cap this here. They're looking to commit to this as well as they can. They're on equal talents here. Hownuin taking some damage right now. Get some damage on the
Gus.
Gus comes in there. Not the best engage, though. Here comes Hyperion going down. Holy Ground doing a lot to disengage as well. Justin getting very low, but he does back out. Tranquility doing a lot to keep everyone alive on the end, but there's a Sanctification keeping Leoric up, and they're looking to engage. And wow, Chain Bomb doing so much damage. Everyone getting so low, but they're re-engaging. Necromonger doing so much damage, and there is the March of the Black King. Takes out ETC. Dwarf Toss has to be used. Necromonger getting low. Wraithlock to fall back. He's not going to end up going down, and now Murden is overextended. He doesn't have Dwarf Toss up, taking a lot of damage, but they get the kill on the Uther. A nice turnaround, but the Chain Bomb.
They're going to delay.
Get them, no, but they're going to delay a little bit longer.
They might get a pick here.
Oh, Snazzy getting very low. The stun not going to be enough. Oh, but the kill from Mystically going to be able to get that, and that's going to be a 4, maybe 5 for nothing, or 5 kills there. Yeah, 5 for 1. Uther being the only death there. That's going to be a curse. And can they end Drake?
Yeah, they can if they really rush it. They have no Hyperion, though. That's going to be questionable. This is going to be a minimum of keep. Honestly, I think they can. They have Sanctification up in 18 seconds. They can end the game. They're going to take this right here. They're going to throw Phoenix on the core. They're going to wait for them to spawn. They're going to get engaged on. They're going to pop Sanctification and proceed to win the video game.
Yeah, CTC is up. Let me take a look at that cooldown, and his mosh pit is up. So if they stack it, yeah,
they're backing out. They're actually not going to take that. They're going to play
it's
safe.
A safe play. I like it. They don't have their healer. If Uther was up and maybe one of the tanks was down, sure, that would be the safest play. That would be the easiest play you can make. But they're making the smart call. It's been a really close game, Dreadnought. These fights have been close, and they have an advantage. They're not wanting to throw it away. They're going to go for a triple keep instead. I love this decision making.
Yeah, no, this is essentially almost an unwinnable game. As long as they don't get caught here. Remember, they are down a man. He could fly behind them and gust him right now. He's looking for the fly. The gust is going to come in.
He gets that gust and it hits 3 people there. But there's the mosh pit not going down. Just he goes for the stun. Gets a lot of damage on the tier, but Hardened Shield actually helping out a lot there. Will they be able to do Alduran's mic it out of there? Holy Ground body blockage, Snazzy in the door, and the Stormbolt does end up missing. Ball and Beast going to be able to get out of there, and that is a triple keep. Dreadnought, like you said, this is one of the most difficult situations to come back from, especially on a map that has multiple bosses.
Yeah, no, the biggest problem here is now who takes the next boss. They're down level 20. If they trade bosses, they're going to threaten core and lose the game. They know they have to contest, but guess what? Gus, short cooldown. Sanctification is great on top of bosses along with Holy Ground. Both teams have great bosses, and it's interesting enough, Gale Force realizes this. They're not even going to rush the boss. They know that's the only way they can throw right now. They don't have to risk the boss. Wait for your opponent to start it and kill him.
See what's going to happen here. Damage coming down. There's still no 20 talent coming out for THC. They got to be very careful here. The chase does happen. Alder's might comes forward. Holy Ground not disengaging anyone. Necromongers is far away from his team, though. They have to back out of here.
They need to force really hard.
They're it out. We got catapults on the core now, Dread. They wanting to just force this fight right now, but they were not able to. A good disengage coming out from THC, and they're going to clean this up, but could this possibly be a boss?
Yeah, so the reason why that force is so valuable is because they started having catapult threaten from each aspect of each lane coming in. Murden's actually going to check this boss, which leads them to back out and try and get a boss here. Murden, with great decision making here, ends up actually checking the boss. He's the one who can survive the situation if they're on it. He's getting sight, letting them know. Remember, we have a false set with the Gus. He's going to fly behind. Exactly. Now that boss is going to be one of the hardest to take, they need to keep track of the Tyrael Q. That is absolutely crucial for this boss.
It's still not a great position as Catapult and Nice are starting to push forward, but the fight is happening. Damage going down on the Snazzy. ECT looking for the flank there. The flank arrow comes out. The stun from Hexa goes out. Can he get it out? Necromonster doing a lot of damage to Mysticles, and he does use the Gust there. Hownuin getting very low. Hardened Shield has been popped by him. Stun goes down the Raider. Can they secure the kill? He bolts out. Necromonger has to clear roll out of there. A big rush. The Viking goes down. There's the Sanctification. A nice mosh pit. 2 people stuck inside of it. They can't get Ilamar though. Storm Shield goes down. There's the Divine Shield and the Arcane Bear keeping himself alive. Necromonster low in the back. back up, but great repositioning coming out from the Falstad player. Leoric and ETC both gonna fall, but the chase is still happening. Lerner is in a scary position. Holy Ground gets him out. Nice Stormball comes out. Guyvalabs connects. Chain Bomb comes out. Nice Ice Block. Can you get out of there? No. Malfurion is gonna fall as well. A 2-for-1 exchange, and they're wanting to keep pushing it because Leoric, guess what? He's about to be back up.
And meanwhile, catapults from every lane are threatening the core. Gus coming out for the disengage.
That's us coming out, but
the core has already lost shields.
Yeah,
it's at 90%. All they're going to do is all in the core. They don't have sanctification yet. That is a cooldown that we need to keep track of.
Yep, that is going to be very hard to deal with here, but they still have 30 seconds on ETC, 40 on Malfurion. Damage coming out, but that's going to be a dead fall stat.
Oh, that's it.
Level 16 talent from Raynar, showing its value there. We've seen him consistently interrupt mosh pits. We've seen him consistently stun out the fall stat and get those kills. GG, Gale Force eSports going to take the game. Really interesting set there. Despite having a non-conventional draft there, I'm really impressed with THG's play.
No, absolutely. Actually, I think if that draft was different, their decision-making was very, very impressive throughout that entire game. Honestly, probably they're the team that's impressed me the most this whole tournament. If I'm going to be back here casting, they're actually the team I'm going to go to want to watch. That decision-making between the boss checking, the rotations, everything, it was absolutely perfect. I think if their composition was necessarily as well thought out as their opponents, that game might have been the other way around. I don't know when it came to teamfight mechanics specifically, but definitely decision-making and rotations was, I mean, they moved as a unit. That's something you don't see very often anymore. A lot of teams will kind of split up and everything else, but they went with the call no matter how aggressive, no matter how risky, and they went in together, and they tried to make it executed. And granted, it didn't work out that bad. Personally, I think it was composition mixed with how drastic they needed that Gus to be influential in almost every teamfight, which is very difficult, keep in mind, against the Tyrael. It's so hard to time when a good Gus is coming in against the Tyrael there. But overall, they impressed the hell out of me.
Yep, I agree completely, and it's all. I want to highlight Necromonger's play as well. From a fall stat perspective, not like from just like his general kit and combat. The gust, there were a few times he wasn't gusting on time. Some of the gusts were a little bit off, but when it comes to just his positioning, there's a situation where he almost 1v1 Mysticles there.
Yeah,
like he played very, very, very well. So yeah, definitely impressing me, him specifically as well. But congratulations to Gale Force Esports. They're in the grand finals of this tournament. That's going to be a best of 3 guys. I know the best of ones can sometimes be a little tiring because you want to see potential comebacks, especially a close set after that, but Gale Force Esports going to move on to the finals to play Kings of Blade Alpha in this best of 3.
Yeah, I don't know what to say. That just about their play right there is just very impressive.
Yeah, well, guys, we're going to go a quick break. When we get back, we're going to continue the Divergent Gaming Open as we are moving on to the grand finals. Gale Force Esports takes on Kings of Blade Alpha. We'll find out who's going to come out on top and win this week's tournament. Stay tuned.